When you think Warhammer Orks, you think of raw rage and brawn smashing down any challenge in their way. But not Orruks, as Orks are called in the Age of Sigmar, are built the same. Long ago, a group of Orruks slinked away into the swamps of Gur, a realm where the landscape itself around you is a predator. Trapped in this mire with sinkholes, ambushing monstrosities, and choking vines, these ancestral Orruks had to rely more on the Mork, the finkin side, of Gorka Morka to adapt. Finkin Orks. Orks that had to learn to be a bit more sneaky, orks that had to be a bit more resourceful, orks that had to be more devious. Instead of smashing things, they can use scare tactics. Instead of chopping something up, they poison them. This was the birth of the Orruk culture of Kruleboyz, lankier orks that take great pleasure in torture. Unlike other orks that run out into the battlefield and destroy their foes, Kruleboyz assess every situation, and not necessarily to win. Winning is a bonus for these devious greenskins, but they are assessing how they can cause as much suffering as possible. The Kruleboyz enjoy taking prisoners, not for ransom, but as a resource. The swamp they dwell in is dangerous, and prisoners make for good bait and excellent test subjects for poisons. In one instance, the Kruleboyz in Harrowdeep captured a halfling and constantly tested their new poisonous concoctions on their pint-sized prisoner, knowing they will constantly return to life. Prisoners are also a great currency. Unlike other Orruks, the Kruleboyz are rather diplomatic and trade prisoners as slaves to Chaos Duarden that worship a deity known as Hashut. They handle these deals with hobgrots, mercantile larger grots that provide the Kruleboyz with weapons and menacing devices to bolster their army. To be a Kruleboy, you don't have to be an Orruk. This war clan is accepting to others that can hang within their vicious society. Their clan can consist of grots, hobgrots, and troggoths that have acclimated to the nefarious culture. As long as you're finkin, and finkin mean, you have a place at their side. The Kruleboyz rarely openly attack a target. They spend much of their time trailing potential prey and lay traps to assault them. Dawnbreaker crusades that are sore from some of their travels and take a moment to rest will suddenly find the moss and sludge of the swamp rise up with troggoths and orruks with twisted, poison-layered steel encircling them. Defenders will be too fatigued and unfamiliar with their footing in the mire Kruleboyz call home, and their fate is to be eaten, taken prisoner, or die, and likely slowly and painfully. That's the fate of anyone engaging with the Kruleboyz, win or lose. With their holy alliance with Kragnos, the Kruleboyz are hands down one of the greatest threats anyone in the mortal realms face today in the era of the beast.